Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well today. I have a flip through of my autumn or fall journal. We had basically done this start to finish on my channel, and so the people that have been following me probably have seen most of this, but you know, there's probably a lot of people out there that don't follow those, so I thought I'll go ahead and do a flip through. I actually made two journals. I can't get them both in the shot, but there's two, and I'm going to go through both of them. I will probably go in more detail on one, and then the other one I'll just turn on music and flip through it. They're both very similar but not the same. Not everything in them is the same. Of course, the tags are different, pages are different, but they're a lot alike. They have approximately, let me see, 160 pages. I'll put that in the description on my Etsy, for sure, but I think it's around 160 pages or 160 sides. It has two signatures, and it is made out of a mailer, an Amazon, the brown recyclable mailer, and it is 6 by 8.5 with probably 1.5 inch spine, and it's probably about 3 inches or maybe even more, 3.25. It is stuffed, but it is really about half the size. Both of them are about half the size when you take everything out, or less. There's a lot of stuff in them, and in addition to that, at the very end I will show you this really cool little goodie bag that I made. I think pretty cool, but that will be at the very end. So if you're not interested in that, then you don't have to sit through all that. Anyway, this is my autumn or fall journal, and this is made, as I said, with a mailer, and I kind of did it kind of a shabby, grungy kind of look. It has material, the cotton material on the outside. It's really cute. It has these little pumpkins and sunflowers, and it has this little turquoise running through it, and this turquoise pumpkin, and I picked up on that a little bit. There's a sunflower in the front, and I have Mod Podged this just for durability, and some leaves and a little pumpkin sticking out, and they're all on some burlap that is on this tie that I put around the back, and this is sewn in on the back and on the sides, and this material is glued and sewn on this mailer. There's a zigzag stitch all the way. It looks rather frayed, but it's not going to fray anymore. Did that on purpose. I wanted it to look a little bit shabby, but it is glued and sewn around. There are two tags in front to kind of give it this look, and let me pull those out. And there's this tag here, and it has a vintage little tie here with a rusted leaf and also a rusted bulb pin, and it just says Autumn Blessings. And then there's another one that just has a little rusted safety pin with a piece of vintage doily and some dyed seam binding on there, and that is the front. And now you can kind of see the little pattern of the pumpkins a little bit better. You definitely don't have to keep these in there if you don't want to, but that is kind of how it gets its title as it goes in there, and it goes in there pretty easy. That's why I didn't really put anything on the tag, because I wanted this Autumn Blessings to be able to pop out of there, and then this to just pop in the front. It also has this rusted safety pin on the side. It's not really holding anything. It is just for looks, really. It is for just looks, and you can take it off. It's just pinned in there. And on the back, it has this contrasting cotton material on the spine and some vintage lace on here, just to kind of give it, and kind of frayed to give it a shabby look. Okay, and then the tie, it was a tie with a what do you call it, wire in it, but I took the wire out, but it does still puff up pretty good because it's kind of stiff, and I think it goes pretty cute on this. This has some lace and trim and things coming down the side, but it's not overly. This is kind of meant to be kind of just a shabby little autumn journal. I did put a little bit of this trim that I had. If you watch my channel, I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to put that on there or not, and I'm really glad I did, because it's the same tone as the pumpkin in here, and I just think it, and the little plaid, and it really picks up on that, and I think it makes it pop with the bow, and I don't know, I just really like how that turned out. So thank you for my subbies who weighed in and let me know what they thought, and overwhelmingly they all said put that in, and I think it was a very good choice. Okay, so anyway, let me open it up, and it unties, and there's room to grow, believe it or not, and it easily unties. And because this is basically a material journal, it does open up and stay open, so you don't have to worry about you know, being able to write in it or anything like that. So that is something that's one reason why I like making them out of that. Also too, the mailer gives it a kind of a squishy feel, and it has like a crunchy sound to it, and I just think that's really cool. Alright, so I didn't leave the mailer open like I do a lot of times. I left it closed, but I did put some trim all the way around here, and you can see it on the inside. And on the inside, I did extend the material. I made a pocket, and I put this, let me move it up a little bit here so you guys can see. I did extend the pocket over here and put some trim so you could really see this material a little bit more. And there's some burlap and some lace and a little bit of the yellow or gold material. In the front, here is a kind of a collaged tag. I used Artie Mays, mainly. It's probably 90% Artie Mays in here. The other ones that I have, honestly, I don't remember where I got the little bits and pieces because there aren't that many of them. But Artie Mays Fall, there's 3 or 4 different kits. I do have her new clusters kit that I used a lot of in this, and I really recommend that because let me tell you, it had a lot of stuff in it. What's cool about her fall kits, guys, is that you can intermix them, and that's what I did. That's why I can't remember what's from what. If I can, I'll tell you. If not, the best thing to do is to go to Andrea's, that's Artie Mays' Etsy. It's just under Artie Mays, ARTYMAZE, and then just look at her fall kits, and you'll see what, you know, which ones I used from that, because I probably won't remember which is which. Anyway, so this is kind of a collage page here, and it has a little piece of vintage doily and some leaves on it. Here is another tag that I made that I kind of collaged over. She has a lot of these different sayings that I absolutely love, and I'm not going to read them all, but there's quite a few in here. This is a vintage, kind of like a early 1900s, almost antique really, card, and it has fall leaves in it, and it does have this turquoise. What's interesting is you don't normally think to mix those, but considering this is like 100 years old, apparently they were doing that back then. So anyway, yeah, it has all the fall colors, but then it has this turquoise around it. So I thought I would definitely have to include that in here. Anyway, so I'm going to put that up here. So here's the first page, and this is just a mixed page there. Here we have, this is a postcard that comes in one of the kits. I don't remember which one. And I'm not going to try and tell you which one, because honestly I'll probably tell you wrong. And I'm just going to pull these out. These are just some cards. This is a collaged tag that I made, and the page behind it. And also I print on kind of an ivory parchment paper, so the colors are more vibrant if you were to print on white. I do it because I like that vintage look, so, but just realize that. And the parchment paper makes it very strong, so I don't have to worry about if I put a pocket on whether it's going to tear or not. Now my coffee dyed paper, these pages, these are all done on regular copy paper, but I don't have that many of them in here. This is just a ribbon that I got from the dollar store that I made a little tuck spot. And here are just some tickets and a little journaling card. Here is just a little Polaroid, or, well, I don't think you're supposed to say Polaroid, that is just pinned with the rusty. I used a lot of rusty paper clips and things in this because I like them. I use them all the time. Of this cute little vignette with some pumpkins and everything. And this is just some brown paper. This is an Edith Holden page, and here's the trim that I was talking about, and I put that on there because there's a little bit of that color in here. And this is some more. This is one of the journaling kit pages. Here is just a, this is made from a vintage, I think it's a tablecloth, and it might actually be antique. It's that old because it's very fragile, so it's kind of tearing at this point, but I love it. Anyway, here's another collage tag that I made. I think most of the stuff in here came from her medley kit, her clusters, I'm sorry. And then these were freebies, I believe, and this I think came from her clusters, and this one came from one of her autumn kits. So anyway, this is some very old dictionary page. On the really old, they're basically antique pages, I did put washi tape to reinforce them, but they're brittle and they may crack a little bit. That's just the nature of it. So here is a coffee dyed lined paper, and here is like a little film strip paper with some fall pictures on it, and then a little rusty paper clip. This is a bag, and I didn't decorate. I really refrained. I decorated a lot in this journal, but I really tried to refrain so that the person that gets this has some room to do things on their own, because I do get carried away. Inside this little bag that you can put anything you want in it, I have a couple of these recipe cards because I think of Thanksgiving during fall, and I like this, the paper. You could put picture on the back. Yeah, I was going to decorate them, but I thought, no, you know what? They might want to like put a picture on the back and then maybe put a recipe. That's what I would do. And so there's some of those in here, and I left them blank. This is coffee dyed, maybe tea dyed, I don't know. But you can definitely decorate it or do whatever you want. And this is a thing from the kit. This is a rusty hairpin that I have a little leaf dangling on it. And this is one of the envelopes that we did on my channel. And it has this really pretty postcard in there, I think. Has the same kind of roses that are on here. I thought it matched really well. And that just gets pinned to the top. I don't remember how it goes, something like that, I guess. So the next page, I think this came from her clusters kit. So it made a really pretty tuck spot, and there's a couple other journaling cards there. This is a little envelope that we made on my channel, and it opens up and flips out, and you have this really pretty postcard. And then this just has a stencil to music page, blank on that side. This is just some trim I put on. I thought it looked pretty. It had kind of a brownish tinge. This is a little slide thing that is put on there with a rusty safety pin. This is just a little cluster, and it's got this cute little card in it. Another one of those little pictures with an acorn on it and a rusty safety pin. We made these leaves on my channel, and I use those in little spots to make little collages. And here's one on the bottom of this music paper. This is the kind, you know, that you compose on. This is handmade paper that I put through an embossing folder, and it made these beautiful leaves, and I just kind of tore it and made a little side pocket I thought looked really pretty here. And here's just a little envelope, and it has some more of those little pictures in it, but if you want the little Polaroid-ish pictures. I guess Polaroid's a brand name. You're not supposed to say that, but that's what they look like. Here is a pocket that I decorated, put some just some trim on it, a cluster of leaves, some vintage lace, and a little saying. And then this is a card that I collaged with different elements on it. So anyway, that's that. And then here is the middle of the first signature, and I put this little leaf that we did on my channel, and I used it as a way to keep this envelope closed. And it has this little journaling card in there. Of course, you can put anything you want, but that's that. And here is a little pocket on the other side that we did, and it has this pretty little sunflower on it, and some vintage lace, and a piece of a old tablecloth or table runner. I don't know. I have so many of them. I can't remember what's what that I've cut up. And then another tag that I collaged. So yeah, I made a lot of tags for these journals. So a lot of stuff I made in here. And this is the back of it. I love this paper right here. Anyway, so this is some more of the kind of leaves and things that we did on my channel, and I just put a couple pieces here just to add a little decoration. And that's just some grid paper. This is just some really pretty ribbon. It's like a chiffon. It is so fall looking. I just really lucked into that. Another music paper with some stenciling on it. This is another envelope that we put a napkin on. I love those colors in that. And here is the other side where I just put some paper in there. And then there's some tea-dyed paper under there. I don't remember what I put in this. Okay, this is, this comes from a vintage gardening book, and it's about chrysanthemums. I can never say that right. So I put that in there. It's kind of fragile, so you need to kind of watch out. This came from her clusters kit, I believe. And then there's two other journaling cards in there. This is a little bag that we made and decorated. And here is another tag that I put together with these cute little owls. So I thought it went really well with that. And then there's that beautiful page. And here's the other half of that bag. And I just put some more of those recipe cards in there. I thought, you know. Here is another of the little Polaroid things with a little turkey on it and a rustic paper clip. Some more of that dictionary. This is just a really pretty piece of burlap that I had that has this trim on it, and I put these little pumpkins, and there's some journaling cards in there. And here's another card that I made on my channel, little tag. So I put that in there. Cute, cute, cute. Anyway, here's another page. Here's another Edith Holden. This is another one of those little film strips here on just some brown paper. This is the, you know, for painters tape paper. Here's another little one of our leaves that we did. This is a leaf that I bought from the dollar store, and so are these. And I put it down to make a little pocket and put a little saying here with a butterfly, and it just goes like that. And there's that pretty little collage of different things that I did on there. And there's that. We're going to the second signature, and here's the two other pages. And this is a different tablecloth. Actually, it's the one that I'm using right here. It has pieces cut out of it. Really had a hard time cutting into that one because it was in perfect condition. This is another tag that I collaged, and then two other pieces in there. And I did use some of the leaves that we made on my channel and put a little saying. I tried to make sure that I didn't duplicate any of the little sayings on anything in here. I might have, but I don't think I did. So that you get a lot of different things. And like I said, I'm not reading them. Whoever decides to get this can read them. And another pretty leaf. This is a really cute picture of this girl in these plaid pants, and then she's standing in some leaves. And this is some more of that painter's, only in green. You know, that painter's paper. I just thought it went good with this. And then here's a page, and on there I have a rusty paper clip with this really pretty envelope. And it has this sunflower postcard in it. So, yeah. I mean, you can definitely put whatever you want in these, but I think it's good to have lots of pockets and tuck spots. And also have things like this that you can move around. I mean, in case you want to put something somewhere. Here is another music page. It's been stenciled. A yellow page here. Here is another page. This was a envelope that has two pockets in it. And it has this postcard with these pears. And on the other side of the envelope, it has a little tuck spot. And I think this was the clusters kit. And there's two more journaling cards in it. So there you go. And then here is another page. This was the flap of the envelope that we made. I made into a little pocket. And there is another little card in there. And I think that came from the clusters kit. Right there. And then here's another pretty page, and this is like a little slide that I put a rusty safety pin on there with it. And this is a page from a vintage Sears and Roebuck. It has a stove, and I guess I'm thinking fall it gets cool. This is a bag that we decoupaged, and I put this double tag in it. It has this little owl that we did, and then this other tag so that it fits right up on top and just kind of sits there. And it has a little side pocket where we've got this little journaling card. And here is a vellum piece of one of her beautiful pages. It's so pretty. So pretty. Anyway, here's an Edith Holden. I think those are really pretty with the whole business about October. And here's a little boy holding a turkey. That is such a cute picture. All right, and on this page, this is the middle of the second signature. And again, we've got an envelope that is being held with one of our leaves that we put diamond glaze on to kind of stiffen it up a little, and get this cute little card in there. Of course, that tucks right there, and we've got a really pretty little pocket here that's been collaged in the middle, and this pretty little card that we use some of our cards and do a little collage on it. And then we have another card over here that's been collaged again up here with this really fun little owl. Okay, and let's see, this is just some more of our leaves. October, the other part of that vellum. This is a envelope that we decoupaged on my channel. On this side, this is the negative of the cutouts of the leaves that I used, and this was what I had done on my gel plate, and I just thought it looked really cool, so I just kind of glued it down just as a decoration. And then here is a card that came in one of the kits, but I went ahead and put some vintage curtain on the back of it, a piece of that, and this butterfly, and another piece. And anyway, that goes in there. It gets tucked right in there. And of course, you've got this page underneath it. On this page, you have another piece of the clusters kit that made a little side pocket, and you have these two cool journaling cards. And the other side of the Sears and Roebuck, I guess this has clocks. Okay, and then here is a piece of burlap that has trim on it. This is some vintage, two different pieces of vintage doily and this little orange button. And it has these two little journaling cards, and here's just a card that I collaged on. And here is, now I don't remember, this did not come from Artie Mays, but I do not remember where I got it from, but it is some, it's supposed to mimic old material, and I think it's basically just scans of them, but I thought it looked very fall, so I put it in there. Okay, and then here's a little postcard that goes in there, and this is just part of an envelope. And here is a journaling card, I think that came out of the clusters kit, but on the other side of that is some more of that vintage material stuff. The yellow paper, stencil. Oh, and this is some handmade paper, but what I did on this is I ran it through the embossing because it's a thicker paper, and I put you know, the Tim Holtz crayons in there, and then I wet it, and it kind of made this, I think it looks really neat. Anyway, there's some brown paper on the back so you can write on it if you want to, but it's just really cool looking. And it is on this bull clip that has this tree of life. So, and it has this page right here. So anyway, okay. Oop, did I accidentally do 2 pages? I did. Put that back. Okay, so this is a little tuck spot that I made. This is like a burlap leaf, and then there's 2 silk leaves and a butterfly and some lace and trim, and it just holds this little journaling card right here. And here's another one of those film strips. And here is another little tuck spot that's made from the ribbon. And it's got these little journaling cards. in there. Some more of those little leaves. Another little slide thingy with this really, really pretty chiffon, kind of maroonish ribbon. I thought it really picked up in these colors in here. Anyway, yeah, I was really lucky to find that. That was really great. And we're at the last page, and again I put this little cluster here of material and burlap and lace, and then of course the little sunflower, and then some trim up here. Here I have this little booklet that I made. It has a little cluster of leaves and then a butterfly and then journal, and then I put some of that chiffon material in there. And this is basically, it came from one of the kits and it had an inside piece too, so I went ahead and put the two together to make it kind of stiff. And so I made this little booklet with some coffee dyed paper. Again, this is interesting, is that we have turquoise again in this fall picture. So apparently it was kind of, I mean, this is kind of more of a greenish color, but it definitely has that turquoise blue in there, which is interesting. And then here is the last card in there with the butterfly and the trim and this other little picture. And that is it for this journal. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, but I'm going to probably just turn on the music so that and go faster, and I don't think I'm going to talk because it might be more enjoyable, but they are very similar. I try and put the same amount of elements. I go through and count and make sure, and different stuff, and you know, but they're not the same, but similar. Anyway, it is the same size. It's made out of the same thing. Has approximately the same amount of pages, but they're not in the same order, and it's not the same papers. I use different ones, journal, and the tags are different, and you know, different things, not in the same order, etc. Okay, so I hope you enjoy, and at the very end I will show what's in the goodie bags, just one of them. They're both the same, so if I do one, you'll see what's in both. And then after that, they are going to be listed in my Etsy shop. They should be in there when you see this, if you're interested. Okay, so here we go. I just wanted to show you, I made these little, I guess, little goodie bags. It was interesting because I found this napkin at the dollar store, and it matches this material really well. So I had to make something with it, and I had already made the journal. So I went ahead and made this little goodie bag, and you know, you could definitely, like if you were emptying things out of here and putting them in as you go, you could keep it in here, or you could put all your mementos in here too. Anyway, so it's decorated. It has a little napkin on it and some vintage lace on there, and some of the material, and a little sunflower and a couple leaves. It's magnetized, so it shuts with a magnet. And I'm just going to quickly go through this. It just has a lot of different things in there. I'm not going to point them all out. I'm just going to show you. It has some leftover material, some washi tape, a couple more of the cards. This has all kinds of tags and little journaling things, and some tabs and things like that. This one, I'll open it up. It all has washi tape you can reuse. This has all kinds of, you know, playing cards, journaling cards, tickets, receipts, guest check, things like that. And they're all blank, and they're all meant for you to use either in this journal or another journal. That one, like I said, now there's a lot of stuff in that journal that is removable, so you could definitely take it out and put in what you want. And then, let's see, I'll show you that. I don't know if I want to open it. It's pretty good washi tape because it doesn't want to come open. Anyway, it has all of this stuff in here for you to use. I like to have labels if you're going to like document things and you want to put dates and things like that. Boy, this is just like some good washi tape. Anyway, so, and then let's see what else is in there. I forgot. Oh yeah, one more little thing. Okay, and then this one, let's see how good this washi tape is. This has all different kinds of ribbons and lace and trim, just so that you would have something to start with, and a few little of the silk leaves if you want to use them in the journal. But that is it, guys. So anyway, those are the my two journals, and I will have them in my Etsy shop when you see this. And I hope this inspired you. I wasn't going to do fall journals, but I'm glad I did because it kind of got me in the mood for fall. I will be doing my Tim Holtz Tuesday on Tuesday, and finishing, or working on finishing. It probably won't be done in one session, or Halloween. So if you haven't seen that, you might want to stay tuned for that. And I am reaching 4,000 subscribers pretty quickly, and I will be having a giveaway. And the way I do my giveaways is you need to be a public subscriber, and if you comment on my videos, that automatically enters. It doesn't matter if it's a new video or an old video. I do it chronologically. I can tell when you did that, and each time you comment on a video, one per video, it enters you into this pool, and then I randomly pick on the day that I hit 4,000. So if I, you know, we're getting close, so it could be any time. So if you are interested in that, and I have pretty good giveaways, you can look at through my channel and you'll see. So all right, well, we'll see you next time. Hope that it inspired you, and take care.